terpenes are just the essential oils from the plant. So when you extract it, as Abdullah mentioned, you can separate them out.
Oh, okay. Does it matter as far as potency is concerned?
No, not really. It's just for flavor.
There's no
pretty much.
THC.
You can drink a cup of it and it wouldn't matter.
Yep.
Well, what's the point?
The flavor, right? I mean, does that sound cool?
No.
No?
It doesn't.
For this dinner party, we're hitting the road and heading north. The real star of Bon Appetit is Nona Marijuana. She's 94 years old. She lives here in Santa Cruz, California. More still?
A little bit more.
She's a fantastic Italian chef, and she loves cooking with cannabis. You want to chop up some buds?
Sure.
Me and Nona go way back. This isn't the first time she and I have cooked together on Bon Appetit.
Let's get baked.
Let's do it! For this episode, she's our special guest chef, and she's gonna make another incredible meal full of classic cannabis infusions. It's gonna be sick. Hey! Hi, Nona.
Hello, hello,
How are you? It's so nice to see you.
How are you?
Mwah. And you've been doing cannabis dinners for a long time. We're sort of taking a page out of the Nona book, and we're throwing dinner parties, and the idea is take that torch and take it to the next level and infuse foods in like many different ways. And that's why I've got my friend Rai working with me on this set of dinners.
You know, I've been an advocate of marijuana since the early 70s.
Cannabis has only been illegal for like roughly 80 years, right? You know, you've seen it change so much. And I mean, like, did you ever smoke weed?
Once.
One time.
I slept for 14 hours.
When was that?
That was in the 70s.
What made you want to start cooking with it? When did that happen?
That didn't happen until a few years ago, and it was due to Valerie, my wonderful, wonderful daughter, Valerie, who is the nucleus of what I'm doing. Say, Mom, why don't you cook with medical marijuana, Italian food specifically, for people who are on medication? So Valerie was on medication for grand mal seizures. She almost became addicted to it. And then we read in a magazine where a doctor advocated marijuana for grand mal seizures. Called her physician, and I said, "You're fired." She was having 4 to 5 a day. And ultimately, the grand mal seizures stopped.
Wow. So Nona, how are you planning on infusing all these dishes with cannabis?
We're gonna start out with angel hair pasta with cannabis butter and garlic. Then we're gonna have asparagus, and that's a favorite with Italians. And I have chicken strips. You put parsley, garlic, breadcrumbs, and little cheese. And I will fry the chicken in cannabis butter. Stuffed mushrooms, get all of that cannabis butter with it. And then we have mini Napoleons. Somehow or other, we'll get some cannabis into the cream.
We're gonna do it somehow, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll get it in there.
Great. I think that's perfect. You know, that's like a classic infusion. And I wanted to get Rai and some of his terpenes in the mix. I wanted to, like, you know, have you smell some of them, and maybe you guys can pick some to add to some of the dishes.
Right.
I think it's like a remix of a Nona dinner.
I'm open to any suggestions.
Great.
When it comes to cannabis, there's no such thing as you can't.
Exactly. It's not called cannabis, right?
No, that's right.
Yeah. What do we got, Ryan?
Here, there's a nice one. This is one that we've used before, but that's the Ghost Train Haze.
So the best way to do this is to hold it, and you can waft it kind of like that.
Excuse me.
What do you think? You like it?
Yes, that's pretty potent.
Yeah. It's like a perfume almost, right?
I wouldn't go as far as say that.
And this one here. This is a nice kind
yeah.
of sweet,
This is a
sweet,
great
tangy one. So that one's a grape stomper.
Let's see what this one smells like.
Which nostril is it?
I like this.
So it's a little softer.
That would be good in the Napoleons.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
You like it all.
I like it all. I gotta admit, I like some of it more than the rest of it, but I like it all.
Because I don't like it doesn't mean that
Well, I would say that you like it, you just don't consume it.
If I had a fatal disease and I thought cannabis would help me, then I would use it.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously you don't need medical cannabis. Like, you know, you're in your 90s and you're, you know, still completely capable of cooking a massive dinner. You know, I really admire you, Nona. I hope I'm like you when I'm 94.
If you make it, you will be.
Yeah, I probably won't, but yeah.
Melt that in the pan.
Most of Nona's recipes today call for weed butter. So how's this? About another tablespoon?
Oh, that's fine.
Vanessa couldn't make the trip, so she's back in LA demonstrating the classic butter infusion.
What we have is some ground up cannabis. I'm just gonna give it another pulse to make sure it's thoroughly ground up. And then there's different thought process on like how fine to do your weed. I figure the finer, the more surface area you're gonna get, and so you'll expose more of the cannabinoids to the heat and release more THC, which is really the goal. We're gonna decarb the weeds separately and then infuse the butter with it after the THC has already been activated. We vacuum sealed this weed. We're gonna drop it into some boiling water and let it decarb for an hour. We're gonna use a food processor and take a pint of cream and whip it up. Tastes like butter. So we have like these milk solids in here still. We need to strain these out and just get the actual butter. This has been decarbing for an hour. It's good to go. Let's open up this weed. It's a lot of cannabis. We're gonna cook this on the stove to fully absorb all of the cannabinoids into the fat of the butter. Strain it. You use a sieve and you use a cheesecloth because you don't want flour particles in your butter. We're gonna squeeze this. Can of butter. Push it against this. That's it. All right, we have our can of butter. Have fun. Thanks, Nona.
First, we're going to do some stuffed mushrooms. So take the stems off very gently.
Okay. Wow, it's a really satisfying thing to like pop the little stems out of these. Huh?
I use porcini mushrooms. They're very expensive. But if you're going to cook Italian food, it adds a flavor to your sauce that you can't believe.
Okay.
Put those mushroom halves in here, please.
Caps, right?
Yeah, the caps, and put them aside. Chop an onion.
Okay, great.
Oh, no, set it down.
That's how I always take the peel off.
I'm always so bossy.
No, that's all right. That's why I like
I
you,
always
Nona.
think I'm right, but I'm not. I know that.
Nobody else tells me like it is, you know? You always break it down. Oh, look, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry in a second.
Oh, no, you won't.
Look, I'm a mess over here. It's like I just watched, like, Dancer in the Dark, you know? Like, bummed out.
Don't stop working.
Oh, yeah, no, I won't. Sorry.
I'd offer to help, except that you'll never learn if you don't at all.
Yeah, no, exactly. This is, you throw me in the deep end, you know? So, yeah, I can just bring the mushrooms right over here.
You have to brush
The mushrooms.
the mushrooms.
Oh, man, this stuff smells amazing, Nona.
What, honey?
The weed butter smells really, really good.
I imagine it does. Are your hands clean?
Yeah, I washed them.
Good boy.
So you must have done a pretty good job with dosing your meals if, like, you've never had a complaint. No one's ever been like, I'm so
no
stoned.
complaints.
Yeah?
I want you to fry this.
Gotcha. So that's going to go
And
in
this is what we chopped up, you chopped up earlier.
there. Right.
you know?
So I'm putting this mixture of onions, garlic, parsley, mushrooms, and a little bit of oil into the cannabis butter. And what we're going to do is fry it up just a little bit, get it nice and brown, and then it's gonna be the stuffing for our mushrooms, right, Nona?
Right.
Awesome.
Those mushrooms are really gonna do you in.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be powerful. How much of this do I put in there?
Oh, a couple of teaspoons.
Couple of teaspoons.
One more. Okay, now you can stir it. That's the 3 cheeses. That's Asiago, Parmigiano, and Romano.
That's the Nona blend, huh?
That's what I like.
Oh man, now the smell is coming out.
Now
of
it's
that.
better. Take a little spoon, and you'll have to pick each one up and fill it. Be careful you don't burn yourself. You need enough to fill all of it. Just put enough in there, and then you can always add to it.
Gotcha. So like that?
Yes.
Is that too much?
No, that's fine.
So Nona, what we wanted to do was to actually like cook with cannabis flowers to go with the pasta. Have you ever made anything like this before?
No,
Okay, cool.
that's good.
All right, yeah, we'll just wing it, I guess.
Okay.
So for that, we just need to chop up some buds. Now we've got our breadcrumbs, so you're just putting a little bit of black pepper and a little bit of salt into there. And then we're gonna add our cannabis, so it's about 1-to-1 equal parts cannabis and breadcrumbs. Okay, great, so we've got some olive oil in here just warming up. What we're gonna do is fry that up in olive oil.
Well, how long does it generally take? Have you ever made this before?
No, I haven't. It's on medium heat. That's definitely getting brown.
How much do you want?
Just a tiny bit off the end, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. Wow, yeah, that smells amazing.
But
It smells
doesn't
like,
smell like pot.
right? It's just like, smells like toasted herbs, kind
It
of.
does.
So if anybody wants, they can put this stuff on their pasta.
These are the Napoleons.
Oh, okay, these are the Napoleons, gotcha.
Put a little bit of the pudding.
Sorry, I just want to see what it tastes like. I'm sorry. I won't touch any more of one, sorry. Nona and I are finishing dessert by alternating layers of infused pastry cream and jam onto the Napoleons.
You're a piece of work, you know that?
Yeah, no, I know. Every single time I get on your nerves when we're almost done cooking. Vanessa, our pastry expert, is gonna show us how to make a perfect infused cream, Nona style.
Because Nona is such a pioneer in the cannabis cooking world, I wanted to make her pastry cream. What we have is 2 cups milk, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 4 tablespoons of cornstarch, 115 grams of sugar. We're gonna take the cornstarch and we're gonna plop it into the sugar, a healthy pinch of salt going into the cornstarch. Whisk it together so we get a nice even blend. We're gonna separate some eggs. You can either use 2 full eggs. I like a really rich deluxe pastry cream, so I use 4 egg yolks instead of 2 whole eggs. Either work. You're just gonna get a different consistency for the pastry cream. So we're gonna take our 4 egg yolks. We're gonna take the sugar and the cornstarch, and we're gonna mix it into the egg yolks. We have 2 cups of milk. I'm just gonna put it in a saucepan together with the vanilla bean, and we're gonna heat it up. Expensive. Just gonna mix those vanilla beans in and pop it on the stove. Okay. Hot, hot cream. We're just gonna slowly ladle some pastry cream in to the eggs. And what that does is the eggs slowly cook evenly and you get a nice smooth pudding. And then we'll put it back into the saucepan and cook it until it boils. We just want these like big bubbles like that. So this is done. We're gonna put this through a sieve. Just kind of make sure that if there are lumps in there, we're taking them out. So put it in there. Can you see the flecks of vanilla? Look at how pretty that is. We're not done yet. We're gonna cool this down. And then we'll add our weed butter to it. You wanna stir this every once in a while to make sure you don't get a film on the top of it as it cools down. Last step of our cannabis pastry cream, we gotta put the cannabis in it. We have some Nona style canna butter that we made from scratch, and we're gonna add it to our pastry cream to give it that little extra kick. This is our pastry cream. It looks really good. Let's put it in a pastry bag. Pastry cream, done.
Should we do the chicken?
Okay, here we go. Now these are the 4
Strips of chicken, right?
strips, yeah. This is just breadcrumbs, parsley, and garlic. Lay it on there and take your tablespoon and take a little bit at a time and press it into the flesh.
Gotcha.
But this is the hard part. Can I show you the first time?
Yes, ma'am.
You go like this,
Okay, so in a little 3.
like that. So now you've got to tie it this way. And the reason we did that is because we discovered that skewering it is not enough.
There we go.
The last of the Mohicans.
The last of the Mohicans. Here he is. All right, so we've got this thing here. So how do I make this chicken? And it's all cooking up in cannabis butter, right?
Gently pick it up. Gently, and now be careful picking it up.
And just put it in there like that?
Yeah. I'm very pleased with this.
Yeah?
Yep.
So like this one looks like it could cook up on this side
Yeah,
for a little
just,
bit, right?
just to get it cooked up a little bit. There we go. Perfect.
So I actually managed to pull off a Nona recipe without getting smacked by
Without
Nona.
getting smacked with my cane.
Button for it. There we go. Ooh, these started to burn just a little bit.
Let's see. No, they're okay. May I have another glass, Rory?
Wow, that's a lot of things I like in one frying pan. Garlic, weed, and butter. When we talked to Rye, he was talking about putting some CBD on the mushroom.
There's about half a gram in here. I'd estimate about 150 milligrams of CBD or so.
Amazing.
Just sprinkle a little tiny bit with that spoon.
Some olive oil or no?
I want more butter.
Should I put this on the plate?
Yeah.
Should I grab a bunch and do that too?
Yeah, go ahead. Want to taste a little bit of this?
Yeah, totally. Let me grab a fork. Is that it?
Yeah, good.
Does that have the Nona magic?
Yeah, it does actually.
Yeah.
Great.
Awesome.
Okay, kids,
All right, we're just about done, huh?
go sit down.
All right. Yeah.
Who's eating weed tonight? Raise your hands.
Tonight at dinner, our guests are employees and supporters of WHAM, the oldest operating cannabis collective founded by Nona's daughter, Valerie. So these right here are Nona's stuffed chicken strips. On the inside, they've got some breadcrumbs, right, Nona?
Breadcrumbs, parsley, garlic, cheese, onion.
And it's cooked in Val's famous weed butter. And then, Nona, you want to do the
Angel
pasta?
hair pasta.
And what's in there?
Cannabis, butter, and garlic, and a lot of grated cheese.
Right here, we have breadcrumbs, oil, and some actual cannabis flowers, and they're all crunchy. So if anybody wants, they can put this stuff on their pasta. And finally, of course, the mushrooms. So what's in there, Nona?
Onion, parsley, garlic, cheese, and little breadcrumbs.
There's also a little bit of CBD that was put into the butter, which Val poured some wine into and recooked, and then poured over this. So there is a little bit of CBD infusion that should take the edge off of the THC. Just a tiny bit.
So we want to make a toast
Oh, yeah,
before
of
we
course.
eat.
I just want to thank all of you for supporting me these few years that I've been cooking Italian food with marijuana. You're all very dear to me. I don't always show it, but I think a great deal of you, and any time I can be of help to any of you, believe me, I will be there for you. And to the crew, I love all of you.
Thanks, Nona. Cheers, guys.
What about Abdullah?
Wait a minute. I'm not done.
Oh, no, you weren't done. Sorry.
Abdullah, you are delightful, and I enjoyed working with you. You're easy to get along with, Sometimes I'm not that easy to get along with, but
That's
what
not
can I
true.
say? But you're a delight, and please come back.
I definitely will. Thanks so much, Nona.
Okay, sweetheart.
Cheers.
How about a smooch? I don't give those away often.
I know. I have you on tape giving me a smooch like 3 different times. I'm a lucky guy.
Well, let's not tell anybody.
All right, let's eat. There we go. Perfect.
Watch those strings on that chicken.
Everything is perfect. Absolutely scrumptious.
It's delicious, thank you. Really good.
Oh, nobody better than that.
Is your chicken tender?
Yeah. It's really good.
Ours is
Wait,
too.
so how many people here have had a Nona infused dinner before? Yeah. Okay. So you haven't had one before. This is your first one.
Yeah, but I've had her marinara, and it's literally the best marinara I've ever tasted.
My favorite Nona food is her biscotti, which I think we're gonna have for dessert.
You're the best cook I know.
Oh, my pleasure.
Most people are not, preparing homemade meals for other people. They're, packaging edibles in a commercial kitchen or factory somewhere. You guys are doing a really noble and honorable thing, and I commend all of you for it. The world would be better off if there was more people like you in it. Oh, and Nona, I want you to know that you're very special to all of us who make the show, to me, because no matter how many weed dinners we do, you will always be the originator of this idea, and we all love you for it. All right, guys, and here's the final piece. The dessert.
Biscotti!
And there's that famous Nona biscotti.
Napoleons. Yum.
Some of those Napoleons are infused, so if you don't want any more infusion, you feel like you got enough cannabis from dinner, just stick to the cannabis-free ones. Oh, and Nona, of course, we have a little bit of flour for you. I know you have access to the best flour in the world from Val, but you liked what we were cooking with, so we're gonna leave you with a little jar and you can cook with that.
Oh, great.
That's
Thank
for you. Thanks so much, Nona. This was amazing.
Look how she's guarding it.
Awesome. Well, bon appetit, guys. Bon appetit.
Yes.
Cool.
Cheers, Samantha.
Cheers. Thank you guys so much.